Hello everybody, this is Eddie, and before you say, oh my god, you're in creative mode, yes, I'm in creative mode, and that is because I have some sad news. The world as we know it is coming to an end, and I will talk about that shortly, but as I did with the last map, when it was also done, I'm going to be giving a creative world tour of what we accomplished, and then I'll be done. Basically, the reason why is because our world file is corrupted. Obviously we can still play on it, but it crashes every time we leave the nether. And so, actually it's not every time. It's only when this one particular corrupted chunk is loaded and you leave the nether. So, that's too bad, but yeah, let's start this tour off. Okay, so we're going to start with the house. This is our house. It always looked very nice if you asked me. I think it's the best house that I've ever built. But I'd like to go bigger next time. And I've never made a full castle, but I might do that. So in our house we have our ender chest, our beds, our nether portal. Then we have our little furnace room with crafting tables. I'm sad. We got our storage room, and we collected quite a lot of stuff. Okay. Upstairs we have our enchanting table, which brings me to the first thing. I wrote a list of the hidden things that you don't know about, or might not know about, that I thought were cool. And this is the infinity bow is the only thing in there right now, but there was some other stuff in there a little while ago of my secret chest, it's where I moved it. It used to be under just random tiles in the floor. I would move it around every now and then, but this time it's behind there. I liked that spot a lot. And let's head out. Okay, we're gonna head over here. Now next we have the pixel art that I did pretty recently. Got Boba Fett, Batman, and a weird looking Darth Vader. Cool. Then we have our giant watermelon and giant pumpkin. Simple little farm designs. Worked pretty well, and I thought were pretty funny. Got the project wall, which is currently blank, so I guess it's a good time to change maps. And pumpkin. And now let's head over here. This is one of our more recent projects as well. Is a nice looking bridge that I doubt if it was in the real world it would be structurally sound. I'd have to do something about that. That's the through the world. But this is our pig farm that we worked on. I think if I were to do this again, just to be completely sure that they weren't walking off on their own, I would lower it lower the water streams one more, but the idea was that you'd breed them, and when they got to the point where they would be pushing each other off the edge, they would do so and then collect in here. And it worked, but they pushed each other off the edge more frequently than I thought they would. I thought the place would have to be pretty densely packed for them to push each other off their edge, but I think they've stabilized at about here, which is a fine number to have in a farm, I guess, but it just wasn't as predictable as I thought it would be. Let's get this terrain to load in. Oh yeah, this is probably worth noting. I saw in a video that Hawkjock and Green Donkey were pretty amazed at this. And I guess it is kind of amazing, but I promise I didn't build it. This is just a hole that was in the desert right near the house. If you didn't know where it was in relationship to my house, it's right here. It's very strange, but it's like really wide cave that was dark and spawning a bunch of mobs. Has trees in it for some reason. Okay, next let's head over to my cow farm. I think I want to make a similar design on the next server, depending, or the next world, I mean, depending on if we can find an arrow farm quickly or not. Not find one, but make one. So we got arrows and dispenser with lava in front of them, shooting into the mosh pit of cows, and that cooks the beef when it kills them, and doesn't use up any tools because it's just dispensers. That's a wheat farm to keep the cow levels up. Okay, that's good. Now let's head over to this building. This is, I think it's a hideous looking building. Terrible color scheme, terrible door. But the inside's kind of nice. It's got villagers to trade with, and this contraption sticking out of the floor, which is this. If you don't know what this is, I haven't used it in a while. It's basically, you would fill, let's see if I have any filled dispensers. There it is. 15 paper in there. You would put paper in those dispensers, and then you would do, oh, the controls are upstairs. Sorry. There we go. Alright, and the ice is the floor, and the water, the pistons push the items up, and then the items flow over to the next piston where they get pushed up again, etc. And it continues up like that until it pops out. I didn't leave it running a lot, but it would pop up to here, and that's what these mine carts are for. They'd meet right here, and the villager would sit in the mine cart, you'd trade with it as the items popped up there. And it worked, and it was good. Next we have this lake area that I just made not too long ago. I had never really experimented with what I would maybe call anti-terraforming or something. Like, it's still terraforming, but it's through planting things and creating landscape rather than tearing down ugly parts of it. So all these trees I planted and put the vines there, and the reeds and the lily pads, and not the tall grass or the flowers, but, and I put the bridge walkway, which looks good, so maybe I'll do some more of that. I kind of determined that when you're planting trees, you kind of need either a lot of them or none of them. But just a few here and there end up making things look out of place or something, I don't know. But there's that. And then one thing that I don't know if we recorded or not, I think I did, but maybe not, is that there's a cave here. I never put anything in it yet, but it could have been a secret area. I forgot about these. Alright, next we have our ice farms and snow farm. So the snow farm is a popular design that you probably have seen before. There are pistons back there that push the snow golem to be right on the corner. Oh, there's a block missing, okay. There's right in the corner here so that I think I pushed it, hold on. There. So that when you break the, oh god, when you break, oh god, break the snow on this block, the snow golem is technically standing on it, and it will replenish it immediately, thus creating infinite snow. Then we have the ice farms that I do like a lot, and I probably will recreate I think I have a video about it that I'd have to watch. I'd have to watch my own tutorial because it was so long ago. Alright, so basically, let's remove this here. Let's get some ice. And you can demonstrate it. So basically, what happens is the ice will form right here, and this is an infinite spring, but it's also an infinite spring that's flowing this way, underneath here. And the idea is that when the ice forms, the water will stop, which means that this water will go away, which triggers the bud switch that's right here. See? And that pulse of the bud switch turning off will mean that there's ice here, so that this piston underneath this water block will push up, then it will be pushed over, and then then the infinite spring will fill in the water here, and it'll be ready to do that again. The reason why you need to use the water stream is because if the bud switch was right next to it, like right here, and not down at the other end of the water stream, then the pushing up of this piston would interfere with it. So, you use the water stream to stop that from happening. And then as that gets pushed along, as there gets to be more ice, it'll first fill up a bottom row, and then it'll fill up a top row, and you'll end up with this ice tray, which is perfectly designed for taking a silk touch pick, going straight down the line and harvesting. Now when it's full, it will cover up the source, which kind of seems like a hassle, but it's actually good because then you don't have to unfreeze what's down there. You can just go after you break it. Yep. Next, let's head over to the branch mine. You can just take a quick look at that. And also the spider farm, really weak spider farm that's here. Haven't been here in a while though, thanks to fortune picks and caving. So over here there's like a spider farm, or a spider spawner I mean, that if you stand here they will fall to their death. It's like an easy way to get a little bit of string, I guess. But I didn't really work on that to make it perfect, especially since it doesn't farm spider eyes like that. You'd come down here and then there'd be the string. I don't think spider eyes come unless you actually finish them off. And then we have a normal branch mine. That's that. Alright. This is taking longer than I thought it would. Haven't even been to the second area yet. I guess we did spend a long time here, build a lot. Alright, next we have the mycelium farm we just built. Sad to see that just right after we got mycelium, we're losing it. Then we've got the fishing area, which looks really nice actually. And it was designed for 1.4 when fishing gives us experience, but I guess we won't be utilizing that. I'm glad we've gotten to this. This is a good one. I'm going to save the best part for last. Alright, so this was going to be our potato and carrot farm. Turn the lights off. But actually before you do that, you should do that so that it shuts off the outside light too. And then it's so dark that none of the plants can survive, so they will all just pop off randomly when the game randomly updates one of the spots. You collect it, and you open things up, replant them, and they will continue growing. I want to use a similar design, but probably vertical layers and automated light and its own separate building. in the next map. Kind of similar to if you watch Hawkjock on, he's on this channel as well. You should check him out. I will be updating the description for Season 3 and including... Oh, I shouldn't be lighting that up. Cheating. Including the other guys' channels in there, in the description. But anyways, you can get to him on the channel. He has a wheat farm like that. I want to do something similar to his, but a little different because I want to have a control system for individual layers in case I'm just there for potatoes or just there for carrots. Anyways, then we have our mushroom farm. Yeah, I guess you just put down a mushroom, bone meal it, and then break down the giant mushroom that pops out of that. Yeah, not too complicated. Then we have the other end of our area that we have inhabited, which includes, I guess, makeshift cactus farm, a giant wheat farm, a pretty big reed farm, and a mob spawner. It's based off of Ethos Design. Ethos Lab is his channel. If you don't know who that is, I don't know. And then you really should. He is, in my opinion, one like the king of Minecraft. And it's funny because we actually just got this working well with the caving that I had been doing off camera. So it's funny that I was just satisfied with the rates when we're done, but yeah. This is the AFK house. Ta-da! Nothing's gonna get you in here. Weld it. No mobs are gonna spawn. You can see things, like you can check to see if the wheat's almost done or the reeds are almost done from there. And there is nope. Oh yes, there is a building over here. Damn it, forgot. It's not a building, it's just a thing. There's a sand pyramid over there, but that's not what I want to show you. I want to show you, that's the old hole, I think. This is the new one. Go down. Yeah, it's this way, I think. Yes, this is a skeleton farm. Dual skeleton spawner. That's pretty interesting to see, actually. I'm just gonna break my way in. Yes, there's one there and there's one there, so you stand somewhere like right here, and they will flow down in there. It's a lot of skeletons. And swim up, touching their head into the fire, and then they will burn. And the loot will come back to here. Pretty cool. Alright. Now let's get out of here. Let's head over to the village. I think I may have shown... What's this? How do I get out? Just do this. Map's gonna be deleted anyways. There's another skeleton spawner there, actually, surprisingly, but when you have a dual one so close, just kind of ignored that one. Next we have a village that was built off around a naturally generating village. It looks pretty nice if you ask me. I think we did a good job here. The one complaint that I have is that the buildings that we created, I didn't really pick blocks that merged well with the buildings. So you have like that building looks really out of place. Even this looks out of place, even though it's still wood. And so does this. I should have kept with... Some of the stuff does though. This that I built and that like extension of it works well. This one looks pretty bad, and this is horrendous. The building itself doesn't look terrible, I guess, but it just looks completely out of place. And we still could have done some more work here, but I think we had definitely started generating enough villagers. Had a library here. I was gonna add a secret room in there, but I never got around to it. But just to show you where our villager numbers were coming from, all these doors, and a few more scattered around in here, and then I think there are a couple other ones, bunches of doors in it. But yeah, you get the idea. Yep. And with a weird door too, where you'd open up half. I actually don't mind the door like that. That's kind of cool. But anyways, let's head to the Nether. I've been putting this off for fear of crashing the server, but I think I found a way around it. It's actually going to be a really long episode now that I see how long this is taking. But that's okay. It's a nice little special at the end. And I do have some more things to talk about pertaining to the new map. So we have another cactus farm in here, the chicken farm that we had just started getting going, and that I actually, now that I think about it, want to harvest just to see. To see how well it works. Food. This is stuff that we had before in the overworld when we had a chicken farm from there. So now let's do this. Divide them up. Bunch are gonna die. Okay. Oh, no. That was left open, I guess. This way, everybody. Well, I think that was a bad example. Also, this should... Because I think a lot of the loot stayed in the fire. Overall, a bad design, I think. Or, could be better, at least. Anyways. Then we have a vine farm, a very simple jungle wood, what are these called? Cocoa bean farm. Next time I want to make one that will have pistons that will shift this entire column up and then back down. Or maybe, yeah. Anyways, tree farm with birchwood, so lots of nether wart, and long-term storage chests there. Let's head down here. I think I could find my blaze farm that I basically never used. After I didn't need any more with the ender farm. End portal. Yeah, it's somewhere down here. I think. Oh, isn't it over here? Yeah. Here it is. Looks really crappy. But you'd stand here for a while, some blaze would spawn. They'd slowly funnel down using pistons to a collection point. I don't know why that one's dying. Suffocating the piston, I guess. And then you'd throw some potions at them. But I hate potions, which is why I never used it. Otherwise, I would have farmed a bunch of blaze rods. So, is there anything in here? No. would have farmed a bunch of blaze rods and used that in furnaces, but I did not, because I hate potions. I think they're a good addition to the game, I just hate having to use them. And now I'm completely lost. Is that... It's like... somewhere over here. Isn't it? Yeah, there's the dirt. Ah, okay, it's up here. Alright, now we have a long journey ahead of us. But that's okay, because... So I can go into this portal and it won't crash, because the chunk at 0, 0 isn't loaded, but the chunk at 0, 0 causes problems. Toggle downfall. Causes problems because it's corrupted. Now, 654. Okay, we're gonna head to 0, 0. We're heading in the overworld so that we don't crash the server. So we do have to travel like 6,000 blocks, more than that. But I do have, we're all flying. It'll be a nice scenic fly. You can see some Minecraft terrain. I guess there's one thing I could show you, which is over here, I think. Yeah, my sand quarry. Ta-da! You've seen stuff like that before, though, I'm sure. We're just gonna head straight in this way. No, we'll go like this. 765. Yep. Alright, so I want to talk about what version of Minecraft we're going to be using in the next world. So, at the time of recording, it is 6 days away from the projected date of the 1.4 release. Now, I haven't read anything about this date other than rumors. That doesn't mean that it's not official. I don't know if it's official or not, is what I'm trying to say. So, but I do think that it was announced that they were really shooting for before Halloween, so it would make sense to be in a week. Oops, sorry. So, I don't know. But, point is, I don't want to generate a bunch of 1.3 chunks when we're so close to 1.4. Now, the only thing that's in 1.4 that's new terrain is like the what grows in villages. So it doesn't seem to matter too much, you know, like you don't need it's kind of stupid to do that. I don't know, you know, like it you shouldn't really base your map around that when it's just one silly thing, when all you need to do is find one village outside of your already generated area. But like we're so close that it might just be convenient to do it. So my idea was I'm gonna force everyone on the server to put up with a snapshot for a week. I don't like that because that means that people's mods that they rely on, like Optifine or something like that, or if there's some sort of compatible mini-map mod that will direct them somewhere, like to their house or something, maybe they want to use that. I want them to be able to do that, but also texture packs that possibly don't update, or that kind of thing. This is a real scenic route over the ocean. But so I didn't like snapshots. also the fact that in the past there have been some problems with snapshots, like messing with enchantments or world generation, or like for instance, I don't know, but I just would hate for that to cause problems in the event that it does. But they've gotten better about that, and I know for a fact that the current snapshot, I looked at it on the wiki, and there seems to be a pretty complete list of the bugs. And it seems like there are a few visual bugs in the sense that, like, some texts are wrong, or I don't know. But I think it's going to be stable enough, is what I'm trying to say. So if we could at least generate the I don't think there's going to be any new terrain generation stuff if they do one more snapshot or before 1.4. So if we can generate some 1.4 terrain in the snapshot successfully, which might not actually be possible, because I don't know if I have access to deleting the jar and adding a new jar. I think I do, though. But gonna do that, and gonna terrain generation or rendering seems slower in the jungle. But I'm gonna do that. Is what I'm saying. Is we're gonna go for the snapshot. We're gonna get some 1.4 terrain, and with that, we're gonna then wait like a week and get stable, complete release of 1.4. And the other thing is if we are starting a new world, and in a week there becomes a snapshot that causes some problems, the world's only a week old, and we could just start another world. But I did feel like I wasn't going to record anymore because I'm actually behind on the uploading, so I thought, well, I just want to upload recent stuff, and then I will start recording again and do the new map. But there were those secret things that I wanted to show you. Oh, I forgot to show you a big one. Remember how I said I was going to save it for last? Meaning, like, last in the area? And I completely forgot about it. So I'll have to go back in a second and do that. Not on camera, don't worry. I'll go back through the nether. And going into the nether shouldn't crash it, or hasn't sometimes in the past. And actually, I probably will record going into the nether. I will record going into the nether to show you the problem that we're having. And we're approaching 0, 0. We should hit spawn first. And I'm actually a little happy because I was on the server first with Black Cat and Rob, and we played around for a little while, and then, oh, look at this. Very cool. Let's check the loot for fun. Oh wow, gold and diamonds. That's nice. And let's see if I can just guess. Let's try that. Oh damn. Damn. Alright. So this one first. Let's try that. Yeah, did it legit. More gold, pretty good. Alright, and now that's going up. Nope, we want it to go down. Alright, that's going down. That's going up. This way. Okay, got it. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying before we found that. But, oh, I was playing with Black Cat, so then we kind of started, but there wasn't a lot of us, and so some little tunnels here and there, and there wasn't really need for any community anything, because there really was no community. Now we have, like 4 active members. It seems like we lost Black Cat, but there's me, there's Hawkjock, there's Green Donkey, and then there's our newest member of Hot Sauce, who I've seen through the app on my phone that tells me who is on when, that he has been on at least a couple times. And we're also quite international, with just people in different parts of the world, so that was also one of the reasons why I was really bummed out that this server was crashing. It's not like I could go on every morning and start it up, and then go on again every couple of hours and restart it, which is what I was having to do. But I felt bad because I'd go to sleep for the night, and then people in other parts of the world would be kind of left hanging. And I'll just head this way. We're almost there. But that hopefully will be solved with this new map problem because of our corrupted world. But anyway, so yeah, so Black Cat and me, you know, it's not like we made another hub at the time or something, anything like that, but that's something we wanted to do now. It was actually the next project that we were going to do, and I was pretty excited to do it. But there's a giant chunk error in the nether, which is how I started researching this problem, is because I wanted to figure out how to get rid of this chunk error. And I asked if, in the updating of the server, or of our, I don't know what exactly they did, but the people who host this server did some kind of maintenance or upgrading to their systems, which caused it to be down for a while, and after that this chunk error problem started, but I believe that's just coincidence, because they said they didn't touch their hard drives when moving things, so who knows what caused it, or if it's just something that happens to Minecraft worlds every now and then. But chunk number 1 in the nether, the first chunk, is busted. Approaching spawn here, I think. But now that there's all 4 of us on a lot, perhaps we could get a better, a more organized setup for the map. And then of course there's going to be the addition of a lot of new people. I still don't have access to those applications. I just sent them a message specifically about it, saying I need them. But here we are. It's spawn. I'd also those are the 2 things that I'd like to do with the new map. I'd like to have everyone build a spawn something. It could just be a monument at spawn. But I would like something where everyone could do something for the community there. So some kind of a village there. Maybe everyone's in charge of a different farm or something like that. I don't know. Then there's the nether hub. But anyways, this is what I built. You probably know it if you're a subscriber, because this is where I put all your names. I think there's new things that you haven't seen here. This is everyone's subscriber's name for right now. I will be building another system where I do this. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go, but I will be building another one, so your name will be posted again. Next we have, I don't think you've seen this yet, but I was just working on this back area here that looked ugly, And they got stairs here, fences as railings, stairs going up into the lower area, which was going to be for more subscribers, which was big, assuming that we would have this map for a long time to come, but we don't. Next we have this area that I built, which I don't think you've seen, but possibly you have though, which just goes down to a ladder, which goes into an area which I forget what I was going to put in there, but I had something, which kind of just filled out this other side of my plot that I hadn't done anything with yet. And no one else did anything in their plots. I hadn't really advertised it to the rest of the group yet. But next map that should be something everyone would do together. I was thinking maybe we'd all live together for a while before, like, start farms for all of us in the same area. Then we have another wheat farm and another reed farm, which was used for the community, and the other AFK house. So wait there, sit there, wait for the wheat to grow if you need it. And a chest and a enchanting table room for everybody. If you want enchanted tools and you don't have your own enchanting table yet. Then there's this thing, which I was really proud of, the head, actually. The leaves worked well, leaves with green wool behind them. And then you enter through the mouth, and it is a terrible XP farm. You need to use stone swords, which actually isn't a big deal, but it's really slow as well. But you stand here right underneath here. There's a zombie spawner dungeon, and they come up, and they drop down here, and you can hit them from here, collect the loot. Okay, so now it's time to show the problem that's causing this all. And then I'll head back and show you the super secret thing that I was super proud of when I did it. That nobody knows about as far as I know. Nobody knows about except nobody knows about it as far as I know, except I know about it. Okay, whoa. Oh, it's freaking gas things. Oh, that was weird. So for some reason bunch of gas spawned there. Oh shit, the server did crash. Right, this isn't gonna load past. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so there's a bunch of, there's the problem right here. This chunk error that refuses to go away even after we relog. And we got a shit ton of gas spawning in here for some reason. I think it's because like a few chunks load, and then oh my god, it's unreal. And then a few chunks load, and then like it takes a while for the rest of them to load, and then before the rest of them load, the game starts spawning in the certain number of hostile mobs. But if that were true, why aren't there a bunch of zombie pigmen on the ground either? So who knows, really? Not clear on the problem exactly, but head up here to while we were investigating this chunk error issue, me and Hawkjack were up here in creative mode, just firing some TNT cannons off into the bedrock. But I can imagine this has been really annoying for Green Donkey, having to walk down this tiny little path. But yeah, this is the corrupted world, or what is causing our world to be corrupted. And this way, I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna show any of the other stuff, just my stuff. I'm not gonna stop recording because I don't want to. To the left right there, you probably hadn't seen that pathway yet, but that led to the large mycelium mushroom island, which was actually not an island because it was connected to the land. Oh, did the server crash again? I think it did. 1 second. Okay, we're back. So as you can see there, the server is having major problems. And if I'm not the one, for me it's not a huge deal. I just, what was that? Did I see something there? For some reason I thought I saw something green over there. When I do it, I pull up my internet. I have bookmarked the dashboard for the server and just click on that and push the restart button, and it restarts very quickly. But if it's not me, then they have to wait for me, which is too bad. I wouldn't want it to be like that. So that's why it's really important to me to fix this problem. And also, I do have a few people who I want to add, who I already know who they are. But I don't feel right about adding them and then having their first experience on the server be, I can never get on it. No, please. That shouldn't cause a problem. Okay, next. Let's head back to the music shops. I forgot to even talk about those buildings. Oh, and this is my arrow farm. My single spawner arrow farm. Not as fast as the other one. Especially because they drown, which is just a slower way of killing the mobs. Okay. I was super proud of this when I made it. Alright, so we have in here the viewing area. This is a mixer right here, or equalizer, or whatever it's called, whichever one you want it to be. Then they got a little mic on a stand here, and a button for the light. I don't know what the button on the light's for. But the window looks into the recording room. The microphone here, and some buttons that activate some note blocks. And then we got our music disc chest. But if you put a music disc in this jukebox, it opens up the secret area. Bum bum bum. You head up the ladder, and in the secret room that holds right now just the same music disc. But if we break into here, oops, you can see here's the redstone for the neon sign, which you could possibly just leave that open or something, I don't know. And then to collect your music disc, activate the bud switch again, as well, which has unfortunately locked us in, but that's okay, because do that. So I really like that. I thought that was cool. There was one of these things. These are all note blocks except for the one jukebox, which when you play something triggers the opening of the door of a secret room. But that's it for this map, and that's all there ever will be. And I also don't even think that I want to run the risk of holding on to this world file because it's corrupted, What the hell is this? Oh, okay, I thought that was just floating there. But it's been fun, and we're gonna have a lot more fun in the next world. If you have any suggestions for projects, post them. I want to hear them. I think that we definitely progressed in our in since we started doing this. I mean, if you look at season 1, which was even an older map than this, my buildings were hideous. I had like a cobblestone roof on a ravine as my house for some of it, and then we progressed in that, and now we're progressing some more, and hopefully we're going to be completely awesome in season 3, which is the 3rd map. I'm just breaking it up into a new season, and season 3 will have more people on the server, and lots of fun stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it all, please show some kind of support. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next map.